Boy, the things you can't do going into a break. You know what I'm saying? You run out of time for the break, so I'm going to hush. Now we're going to go to those things that we were going to talk about earlier. Hush my mouth.
Hush me up.
All right. We're now the earthquake capital of the world. Are we proud of that?
Economic development. You know, you can put it
Oh,
on
but
license
John,
plates. You know, I used to have Tulsa, the oil capital.
That's right.
Now we can have the earthquake
Get rid
capital.
of my Route 66
Yeah,
license
you know,
plate.
Try to put the spin on it.
There's some disaster tourism.
Yeah.
Will anything be done? Do we have to wait to see if they're going to continue to force water down wells on Friday nights to see if the whole state's going to shake on Saturday?
Well, they already have some measures in place.
Yeah, one consolation is they're not big earthquakes. I mean, you know, it's not like California earthquakes.
Charlie.
Well, really, we had 4.3 is the biggest one we've had, right?
Well, we had 5.2
We had a 5.2
or 3 in Prague, but that's been 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the concern is all of the smaller, there's a scale, so for every 100 smaller ones, you get one larger one and so forth. And, you know, there have been several studies that have expressed concerns about possibility of 7, 6 or 7 here.
The largest lately has been like a 4.7.
Yeah. But it's the injection wells, not the fracking, right?
Right,
Correct.
it's the ejection wells. It's
Right.
forcing the water back down the...
Into a layer
wastewater.
of rock that is very, you know, fracture prone. You know, the Corporation Commission is actually taking a lot of actions. They have this traffic light system where if there are earthquakes over a 4 point within that area, then they're going to slow production, slow injection.
Yeah, and the one good thing I think has come out of it is State Insurance Commission's office said, you know, told all the insurance companies, get it together, kids. Reread what you've sold the public in terms of earthquake insurance.
And they were excluding man-made earthquakes. So why else have it, you know? It's interesting.
It will be.
We got a rider on our home policy.
We do too?
Yeah.
We do
It's a
too.
smart thing to have these days.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, previously our homeowners policy, if our house was destroyed by an earthquake, it wouldn't pay for it, but now it does.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's a
Yeah,
rider.
yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm not having a good day. You know, I'm just, things are degree matters. All right, let's talk about what's going on with the proposed change of the state constitution. All this talk started once they moved the 10 Commandments from the Capitol grounds over to somewhere else. And folks who were involved in that said, okay, we'll fix it. We'll change the Constitution. You think it's going to happen?
Only had to go to a vote of the people. I mean, the legislature can propose it.
I understand that, but do you think the people will support it?
In Oklahoma?
Because now remember, you're going to have advertising on both sides going on. You're going to have the folks out there saying, if you do this, here's what you're doing in reality. So it's going to be a hot and heavy contest.
Mike Ritz bought the marker for $10,000. Got no competition seeking re-election. I mean, it's in Oklahoma and that district, that's a no-brainer. And I think that if it goes to a vote, that, yeah, it could pass.
You know, the U.S. Supreme Court had a case in Austin on the Capitol grounds where it was a 5-4 vote to approve having a display of a Ten Commandments monument there. I think the Oklahoma Supreme Court overreacted a little bit because they were afraid that the Satanists were going to come in and want to put a statue of Satan on the Capitol grounds too, because they thought that would be fair.
But you're not one of those that cover himself in gasoline and set yourself on fire here, are you, Charlie?
No, but I do think that this will come through a bill through the legislature that'll pass very handily, be signed by the governor, and be put on the ballot November 16, and it will pass by 70%.
See, I'm not so sure. I think people are going to be reluctant. There's unintended consequences that could occur. So I don't know that it's that sure of a thing, but.
Well, that part of the Constitution too was actually directed against Catholics when it was first put in, and so that probably needs to be cleaned up anyway.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Frank Keating wrote a op-ed piece about that, about how that they were, when they wrote the Constitution,
Worried about the, Catholic control of schools and things.
right.
Now,
So
what was it John Kennedy said about all that? Okay. Something on a lighter note, we're down to one Christmas parade. Is everybody finally happy? Can we put this thing to rest?
I think it's been kind of a silly controversy, but I mean, I think there's
but so much money wasted.
Yeah.
That could have gone to other things, more important things. And here we are, you know, it takes all but an act of God to get one single parade. I mean, they negotiated this almost like some kind of a union dispute.
I didn't mind the 2 parades.
You didn't?
No.
I guess
More candy they throw out at you. And,
No.
you know, I mean,
John.
the kids loved it.
Well, I think it was kind of egregious to drop Christmas from the parade initially. I don't know why. That's fine. Have a Christmas parade and have both groups in. I think the Senator Inhofe probably triggered the controversy when he said he was not going to participate. I like the other parade. I mean, I was the one out south. It was kind of nice, but and I don't think that there was that much animosity between the two. But now that apparently, now that Macy's is in Owasso too, maybe we'll get some floats that we didn't get before.
The Owasso Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I mean, they took the name out of it in an effort to be inclusive, and that's what the heart of the debate is. You know, you have the whole Starbucks cup and, this war on Christmas. I don't think there's really a war on Christmas.
No,
I think
there's
it's a
not.
misnomer, but I do understand.
Yeah.
I do understand people being sensitive to the fact that Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, and, and you want your faith represented, and that's what Christmas is about, right? Is the birth of Jesus Christ. So I understand that, but that's kind of the heart of the debate is who's it for,
Well, let's just hope it calms down, and I hope, Starbucks can't buy the kind of publicity.
No,
that they
that's what I
have.
meant a while ago about Mike Ritz and
Yeah.
the marker, for the 10 Commandments. You
Amazing
can't buy that.
publicity. The president says no to the Keystone Pipeline. A lot of controversy about that because folks are saying, well, we're talking thousands of jobs when we weren't. The new Canadian Prime Minister has cut it off up there. It's not going to happen on his watch. So now, are we losing a lot of jobs here? Because what I'm told, we're not.
Well, the Oklahoma to Texas part of the pipeline's already finished and in operation. Mm-hmm. So I would think not here.
Well, one of the criticisms was that the jobs were construction jobs and temporary jobs, but all construction jobs are temporary jobs. The really deeper issue is energy independence, and we are seeing the energy industry in Oklahoma being turned upside down right now. And we talked about this last time, Sam, but the exportation of oil.
But it's not sweet crude. This is dirty oil coming through, Charlie.
Yeah, but we can sell the oil and the natural gas too abroad, but that's prohibited by federal law. So that would be, regardless of the pipeline, I think that would be a bigger issue.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see that come up
Right.
in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be exported, and I don't think it's going to help our energy independence. And I think it is dirty fuel that, there's a risk of leaks. There are a lot of problems that it causes, and few benefits that I see, certainly not jobs on the other side.
About to close it out for the day, and I got one more I want to throw at you. Just a quick observation from each. Why does it take the state legislature so long to pass anything positive? And I point here to texting and driving. Why did it take so long to get that through? And there are other bills languishing over there that just as well, and they're saying, well, won't ever see the light of day. What does it take on public safety to get them through the Oklahoma
For
legislature?
10 years with both parties in charge
And
of
the
the
Chamber
legislature.
of Commerce even behind it.
Was there lobbying by the telecom industry, or I was mystified by that as well. Like,
I don't know.
Why be opposed?
Well, I think the main opposition was from libertarians who said that it's like a motorcycle helmet, that
Right.
controversy. There's already laws against distracted driving, and they said those were sufficient, and that was the argument.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Tulsa police haven't cited anybody, and the Highway Patrol cited like 50 people.
50, and that's it.
So yeah, it's mainly a
maybe we're
freedom,
getting the message.
liberty versus law enforcement.
Yeah, they text them to us.
I'll do that.
Hey, thank you guys. We're out of time.
Thank
See you
you.
next month.
Yep.
Well, we're headed for Christmas. Holy Toledo. That's all the time we have for this edition. I'm Sam Jones. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.